Like, we don't.
So here's the thing. It's one thing for these kids to be all over the place doing whatever they're doing with the makeup, and that's already bad enough. But now they're giving off mean girl energy. These kids are literally out of diapers. Their teeth aren't even done falling out, and yet they already feel this entitled? I don't know about y'all, but this points towards poor parenting skills. Like, in the case of the girl with the black face, you'd assume she was alone when her mother was there the entire time. If you think this was disheartening, I literally lost a little faith I had in humanity when I went through that video's comment section and people were supporting her. It's a face mask, not blackface. They are literally wearing foundation. Yes, sure, Sephora stores have face masks lying around for people to put on their faces. You don't even need the lens to see that these girls were in the foundation section of the store and were intentionally rubbing a foundation that didn't match her complexion, but as always, the internet is open to everyone, even the not so clever people in the comments I've just read. And if you thought those comments were in bad taste, let me shock you further. I mean, she is 12. Obviously doesn't know what she's doing because she's a baby. So are we sure she was purposefully doing that, LOL? I could be wrong, but I feel y'all are tripping a little bit. This right here is the problem we have as a society. We will shift blame to everything and anyone but the wrongdoer. Whenever I hear people discussing the TikTok situation, I genuinely get shocked because remember, these kids have parents and also live in a society that sees no problem letting little kids walk all over us. And guys, that is where the problem lies. Listen up, loves, because we need to talk about the real culprits behind the Sephora saga. What y'all seem to forget is that we're witnessing the effects of the iPad kids. You know, the ones who are always glued to their screens 24/7. These kids' parents would give them iPads to entertain themselves when they became restless in public, and at no point were they ever taught how to coexist, how to respect others, and what's happening at Sephora is exactly what happens when parents fail to teach their kids manners.
The 10-year-old little girls spending their Christmas money at Sephora epidemic is so much bigger than that, because in 2010, Apple released its very first iPad, so we're witnessing the first chunk of grown-up iPad kids entering society. And no wonder they're so rude. They grew up on iPads. They were not properly socialized. Last week, on Friday night, I entered my local froyo shop, and I saw a gaggle of preteens, and I see one 5-foot preteen walk up to 4-foot at best preteen, and she's like, "Hey, I see you on Instagram all the time. Your posts are so cool." And this little high-ponied girl that a gentle breeze could knock out goes, "Oh my god, I love you. You're so cute." Why are you acting like that's a fan? We're at a local froyo shop. What are you doing? Why are you behaving this way? The only shining hope I see in all of this is that in 4 years, we'll witness the first 18-year-old iPad kid, and Leonardo DiCaprio will see them as eligible and will date one, and they will humble him so brutally and be so rude to him that he'll be like, "Yeah, I concede. I'll date within my age range."
These kids know nothing about courtesy. They'd rather fly over people's heads than stand in line. They throw tantrums when things don't go their way, and we all know they never clean up after making a mess, which is exactly why Sephora stores are looking like this. So again, I insist that whatever is happening at Sephora isn't unusual, and I'm shocked that people are getting shocked when we've witnessed them grow up mannerless, and now we're just dealing with entitled rebels. And even with such a sad state of affairs, we still have adults trying to defend them, when the truth is, we need to stop covering for people like this, because if we don't, then the world isn't ready for what they'll do when they get older. If you really think about it, is a 12-year-old too young to act this clueless in public? Because at this point, they're making it sound like they didn't know any better. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but when I was 12, I already knew I couldn't swing my hand carelessly in public. I could hit someone's nose. The sad reality is that these Gen Z and Gen Alpha kids have grown up with the internet at their fingertips, and so they should have known better, but they'd rather spend their days tapping on TikTok than learning basic human decency. Unlike millennials or baby boomers who had to swim through 7 crocodile-infested waters and climb 4 mountains just to go to school, our parents can't lie. Anyways, as I was saying, these youngsters prefer the comfort of their digital world over real-life experiences, and for some weird reason, Whenever they go outside, these kids just can't act right. Don't get me wrong, I completely understand how tricky that age is because you're neither a child nor an adult, but seriously though, these kids are adulting more than any adult I know. Literally every generation has their fair share of drama, especially with makeup, because with these 10-year-olds behaving as though they're larger than life, people from different generations have come out to say that there's been such situations where they were growing up. I'm just learning of the lip balm obsession of the 90s. The main difference we're witnessing here is the disrespect and the unnecessary overconsumption that these 2012 kids have. What happened to just using testers to test? Why would they intentionally go as far as destroying the makeup? Literally opening new ones that aren't meant for sale, making a mess of the store, and being rude to other customers and Sephora employees. The sheer fact that these kids are super obsessed with skincare product beats logic. I mean, tell me why an 8-year-old would even look through the shelves of